In light of this week's new edition release unboxing video series called Gaming Out of the Box, the Advanced Maneuvers cast decided to make this week's Friday video battle report just that. We will be doing this battle report using exclusively only the content found within the new Warmachine Hordes battle group boxes.
Hey everyone, this is Snarkie here, and we are giving the battle boxes a spin for the first time right at Lock and Load.
And this is War Machinist. I'm representing the trolls.
Alright, so this is my first turn, and you'll see right away that I get to use the new power-up mechanic. So, both of my jacks get one to start out with. I'm allocating some focus, and I'm using this handy-dandy little ruler to pre-measure.
Yeah, it was nice to use everything right out of the box.
Definitely was. So right here I'm casting Tactical Supremacy on the Demolisher, on the Decimator I mean, and Fury on the Juggernaut. Then Kozlov moves up a little bit. The Decimator is going to move up, and he is going to take a shot at the Impaler. Got a boost right there. Gonna hit it easy. Gonna spend one to boost damage, and really I'm just trying to do as much chip damage as I can right now. As you can see, War Machinist decided to shield guard it, but when you roll like that, it doesn't really matter.
Hey, that's bouncers ready there to take the hits.
And this guy does have a rate of fire 2 gun, so that's why I shot again. And that's beat back triggering right there, moving him an inch. And now I'm taking my Tactical Supremacy back a little bit. Juggernaut's just going to spend his focus and run. Kind of forming a little bunker in front of Kozlov to protect him. And that's basically my turn.
Alright, so Troll's turn, and what made this so fun is that, you know, this is the night that it came out. We're at Lock and Load. We're putting the new models on the table, and we're basically trying to play the entire thing with just what came in the boxes. If you take a look at the actual Troll battle box, this is not a matchup that you want to fight. These 3 lights against these huge armors. However, on this map is a nice crater, so I figure that's going to give me some cover, and now I'm going to kind of jam them up a little bit and try to get a little assassination going here on the first turn, because he's bunched himself up, and Ragnor has a spell with one deal. I can knock down basically everyone he's got there. I guess it's called what is it called? Shockwave. So we get out the template right from the back of the tactics book and make sure everything's hit. Did you get a little worried on this one here, Snarkie?
I got a little worried, and then I guess I kind of also realized a few turns later that Kozlov also has a spell called Chosen Ground that makes his battle group steady. So that probably would have been a little useful to use, but hey, what can you do?
Yeah, so I figured this is my one opportunity, because when he started, one of the things that was so fun about this is, you know, even in the little battle box game, by the end of this game, we'll have used almost every spell on both these casters' cards.
Yeah.
I would recommend, I don't know. So you've got these creases in the map, which kind of help you on deployment and all that type of stuff. Pre-measuring is super fun. I like the fact that you can't really get into arguments anymore about, you know, so-and-so's in, so-and-so's out. And if you do get in those arguments, at least you haven't wasted an activation by moving yet. So.
And I really do think it's cool that Privateer Press included everything you actually need to play the game in the box. I mean, you know, obviously most people are going to have tape measures, but it's awesome that you can literally, you know, bring this home from the store and play it with what you got. So right here it looks like you're sending your bouncer into my Juggernaut.
Yeah, and I've feeded because the bouncer's just going to tank your whole team is my theory here. And the nice thing about Ragnor's feat, he's got basically the best part of Doomshaper 3's feat from MK2. Your models roll 1 less damage die against my guys.
That sounds like it's going to be really effective against my guys.
I actually like Ragnar as a caster. I think he might have some legs in the current MK3 meta. So you're jammed, you're knocked down, you've lost almost half your health, or more than half your health on my initial move. I can't wait to see what strategy you come up with here.
All right, and yeah, and if you look on the side, you can see Kozlov. He's already almost dead. So he's allocating some focus right here, and being Khador, we're just gonna kind of ignore that feat and try to wreck face anyways. I have upkept Fury. I let Tactical Supremacy go down because 3 inches isn't gonna mean anything since we're basically in melee right now. You can see my Juggernaut trying to get as close as he can to both of them, and just trying to do as much damage as possible. What was funny here is I'm rolling 1 dice, but it was like dice plus 5 or something crazy like that, right?
Yeah. So one of these is damage, and one of these is location, and it's I'm pretty sure that the Axer doesn't survive this. Yep. Nope. Might as well do 8 damage every time you roll 1 die. It's 8 damage or more. So that was awesome.
1 focus to spare.
And he still he got swings on the bouncer too. So that's just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I'm still holding out hope that you know, 1 more round of shots and your caster goes down. What did you think about the the strategic retreat here? So this wood has got to go. There needs to be a kill box in the battle box scenario, is all I'm gonna say.
I love that there's a forest there, and in true Cadoran fashion, my caster is running as far as he can behind the forest and hiding.
And the nice thing is you could pre-measure to see where you're gonna get before you even got there. So yeah, so even though this is just a nice, friendly battle box game where basically we're just trying to get models down on the table as fast as possible and get some swings in, I do believe I'm going to pop out a laser and start trying to draw a line of sight to your caster here in a second.
For the motherland. So my, geez, I always get this name wrong. Decimator, right? My Decimator is trying to take some more swings on the bouncer right here. And I believe I also feeded this turn. I think that's why I was measuring Kozlov's control area. And there's the F for the feed.
Alright, so I've lost one of my 3 beasts. I've got you beat pretty good. Now I'm trying to pre-measure what can I do to get to your guy. One thing I'll say, if you play a battle box game, these little play mats are slick as hell, so be careful because guys just slip and slide all over the place. I figured out that even if like I pulverize my light war beast, I can't really do enough damage to your guys. So like my plan here at this point was going to be like to knock your crap down and keep moving after your guy. And I don't think you've even cast the thing that doesn't let you get knocked down yet.
No, I didn't even know I had that spell until a few rounds later. But we're pretty much on even footed now. It's a Warcaster, a Warlock, and then 2 Beasts versus 2 Warjacks, right?
I guess in like Cadoran math that probably makes sense. So I got a chance to talk to Will Schick at the con, and they are so super excited about these battle boxes, and they were talking about how much testing they've done, and I'm wondering, did they ever play this particular matchup or not? But I will say that, you know, if it wasn't for this forest, your caster would be in you know, it'd be a threat to him right now to be killed by assassination. At this point, I've done all the pre-measuring I can do. I've looked, and there's no way I can get to line of move and get line of sight to him, even knocking your stuff down. But at least knocking your stuff down costs a focus. So I'm going with the bouncer first. I'm putting up Earth's Blessing so he doesn't get knocked down when I shoot him in the butt. And it'll just knock your jacks down. Because at some point I gotta try to do something. So I gotta try to flank around or something. And I was having visions of the Impaler going one way and you know, Ragnor going the other way. So we're we use our nice little template to make sure we know who's knocked down. And I think I get both your jacks again. See,
look
look
at how
all
useful.
parts of the battle box.
Look at this knockdown tokens, man.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
So
All right, now
this is the second turn in a row that you've knocked down both of my jacks with that one spell.
that's correct. So, and now I'm strategically retreating away from threat range of the Juggernaut, or at least trying to.
And you know the one actually nice thing about knocking down my jacks is they don't get the unyielding bonus from my feet anymore.
Oh, that's what I was obviously setting up for this Impaler to come wail on this Juggernaut. So I believe I have now pulverized the Impaler. So he's gonna come at full blast speed here, or else he's, what is he doing? Maybe put up Far Strike. He's, nope. This is me trying to see. Do I have 3 inches? I can't see through this forest. All right, he just ran. So things are looking bleak for the bouncer on this turn. So what's your plan here?
Just I guess use some more Khador and axe to the face. Looks like I'm fully loading up the Juggernaut. Kozlov has a few, and I'm pretty scared because that Impaler looks like he's coming for me.
So this is the other ridiculousness. I definitely was putting the Impaler there so I can get to you, and you just walk away from the bouncer. You measure it out. We figure out, yep, even with the Pathfinder getting in the way, you get with your 1-inch reach just enough to get to the Impaler. So, and he just walks away from the bouncer, like, go ahead, take your best shot, and it really does nothing. So, all right. So now the Juggernaut basically is just bossing the board at this point.
Yeah, I wonder if I can kill your Impaler with the Juggernaut. Oh, I think I must have stationaried it or something.
I think you did. Did you crit? It's typical. So, in these battle box games, you got to figure out. I mean, so I gotta give you credit for bunkering behind this forest.
Oh, look, I have a focus left over again.
I know. You have not gotten the secret of allocation down with these guys yet.
I just can't figure it out.
And again, it's like, you know, just you don't even have to roll, and it's
dice plus a million, yeah.
But I do want to point out that you're at less than half life, so I'm not giving up.
This was a very hype game. We were playing this game at like, it must have been like what, 1 a.m. in the morning or something.
1 a.m. in the morning, and we had a crowd. Yep. So there was crap talking going on the entire time. And right here, I figure out that maybe I can bait you with my caster. So the goal here on this turn is to get all the way over to the edge and, you know, either get you to come out and play or let the entire internet see what a big frickin' chicken you are. Not letting your caster come over here and try to do the deed himself. Because I believe your guy hits like a truck if he gets into melee.
He hits pretty hard. He has POW 12 Weapon Master. So hits a little harder than a Bane Knight.
Okay, so I'm the old Bane Knight. New Bane Knight wouldn't do that so much, huh? I think you should tell everybody what you think about Crix these days.
I think they're the best faction in the game. As a long-time Crix player, that's why I'm playing Cadoran Mark III.
Alright, so the bouncer is doing his best here. And we'll have to hope that I survive this turn here. So one of the other things that was awesome about this battle box game is that, like, literally, now that you figure out you can keep your guys from getting knocked down, I think this is when you start casting it. But I started thinking about, oh, well, I have Hex Blast, so like now I can, like, you know, kind of play chess against you and stuff. And
right.
But the problem is I'm not gonna have any beasts left at the time that this happens. So
and the other good thing about that spell, the no knockdown chosen ground spell, is it gives me Pathfinder. so I can start really navigating through that forest.
Yeah, so yeah, just out of nowhere, not only did it keep you from being knocked down, but just randomly your guys all of a sudden had Pathfinder. That was just beautiful.
And
so you just ran up in my face, right?
Yeah. And then
Okay.
Kozlov positioned himself in another good spot behind the forest.
So here's where I got confused. So my plan here is, you know,
I was
Ragnor
confused too.
was beat back, so I'm gonna push this Juggernaut off the edge of the mat, right? Because that works, right? But apparently that, you know, once I get him to the edge, we realize, oh yeah, that's a completely different game system, and it actually does nothing. But we did use the Fury rule for the beasts that got knocked out of play. I
You
did
got
get
the
a
extra Fury. Yeah, what is
I
that?
did.
Spirit tap? Is that what it's called?
It's called whatever, but it
Yeah.
definitely gave me 3 Fury, and that allowed me to try to push this guy off the board, but suddenly he's just stopped. So when I figure he stops like that, he ought to take an extra die, because like you're hitting some invisible wall, right? So it's like being slammed into it. But all right, so at this point, it's time to put me out of my misery.
At this point, I think I get the grand idea that, well, actually, I'll let you guys watch. Won't reveal everything, but giving the Juggernaut some. Keeping some on Kozlov, because, you know, like we do in the Motherlands, it's better to kill someone yourself than get your Warjacks to do it.
The Motherland. Motherland wants nothing to do with you, that's all I'm saying. I believe you were spotted playing Retribution tonight at the store.
Hey man, it's a lot of fun. So right here, my Juggernaut is throwing Ragnor right there.
Who's steady, so the joke's on you.
Mm-hmm.
I am still on my feet, and now I'm escaped the Juggernaut. So my only chance to win is about to come up. Oh, there's the Snake Eyes for damage.
Yep. At this point is where Kozlov starts spending down focus. So it's a hefty amount.
So that's not so bad. I'm alive.
Still alive. You know, I'm getting pretty worried that you're gonna start transferring some of this damage, but then I look at the board and realize you don't have any more beasts. So
Here's the
Here's
secret.
it.
All right.
all right,
Maybe that goes poorly. I miss tough rolls. But if I had lived right there, you would just come to me with no focus.
That's
So
it.
I thought it was a thing. The thing that I will say is pre-measuring was awesome. Playing Mark III is awesome. I think that the battle boxes are actually way more fun than you'd think they'd be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I'm looking forward to even like this battle box game got me excited about possibly playing Journeyman Leagues again.
Yeah, and it's very clear actually that Privateer Press designed each of the casters for the battle boxes in mind. Like they all have spells and abilities that work great with battle groups, and you know, like you said, it's just a lot of fun and it's something new and fresh. So I know everyone at our shop's been really enjoying Mark III so far.
And I will say, if you get this matchup in your Journeyman League and you got a choice of maps, don't give him that freaking forest. Because if there was nowhere he could have hid otherwise, but he did a good job
MVP.
of cowering behind the trees. So, but anyways, that was real fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and looking forward to bringing you guys a lot of content.
Alright, thanks for watching everyone.